I hate the phone. I'm ready to, I'm having a moment. I'm just letting you know right now. Like,
I know.
Like a serious moment. I am.
What moment? About text messages?
Just life. Not well. I'm Bobby.
And I'm horrified.
Yeah, it's...
What is she doing? Britany.
We are
Is this just content for your memoir? Like, Britany.
I'm actually wondering that now. All the shit that's been going on, because we got to talk about the slap. She got slapped.
Yeah, she got slapped by someone else's security. What was she doing, though?
Chasing after the guy.
Right. So I'm,
You're a guard would have done the same thing.
Did it warrant a slap? Like,
how can she slap? Have you ever seen that?
How can she slap?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What is that?
Oh my God. I've never shown you this. How can she slap? How can she slap? We used to watch, oh my God.
There's not one word coming out of their mouth.
Actually, the thing is that we don't want to talk with you, actually.
Why don't you go and f*** off then?
You go. How can you slap? How can you slap? How can she?
How can she slap?
My online friends, because that's not a loser. My hockey friends from.
I'm not actually a fan.
Is this some like Reddit sub?
No, it was like it's an old video, and we used to go, you go. You go, and then how can she slap? I don't know. Anyway, that was just a memory I had. I don't know where it came from. It's probably gonna get cut. Yeah. So anyway, call to action, guys. We need you to review. We need you to. We're actually number
Okay.
We've actually had a really big uptick. Like not current episode, but like people subscribing and then.
Oh yay!
It's kind of weird.
I love being famous.
Well, yeah. So make sure you review, share with your friends, and do all the fun stuff that you need to do. Now,
okay,
you, sir, or they, them, are back from Toronto. Now, what were you doing in Toronto other than being a complete fucking whore?
Whoa, girl, fuck.
Well, I went with my boyfriend Joey, and we went to a concert.
Sorry, wrong button.
Oh my God, you bitch. Yeah, so we left on Friday morning. We went to Toronto. We did the aquarium, the tower, because Joey's never been. So obviously we had to do
You've been in Toronto before?
Yeah.
I've never been.
Oh, it's really fun.
That's what
It's
I've heard.
like New York, but it's safe and clean.
In Canada.
And Canada, so people are nice.
Right.
Like
And weed.
literally, and
weed.
legal weed, which New York has
And
that now.
bathhouses.
Oh, wow. You had to, okay, so Friday night.
Oh, well, oops. Well.
I did go to the bathhouse after we met this cute couple at the bar. Well, they were friends, but like these two friends, and we were just like talking with them. Joey took a shot with them, and then they're like, it's 2 a.m., everyone has to leave. Now, the bars stay open till 3, though, there.
But they stopped serving at 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember that in Montreal.
And guess what? It's still like Montreal. Every drink is measured. So I order doubles of everything. I'm like, double?
I forgot about that shit, but that's how
I'll take a double, and then it's $20, and you're like, a double drink is 20, so that's like 18. Okay, like that's still a lot.
Like I could buy a case of beer.
Yeah. Or like a $15 drink. Okay. Yeah. So at 2, we go across the street with these two people we met and go to the bathhouse.
What was the bathhouse name?
Steamworks, which I think they exist in other.
Yeah.
So I'm like in line. I'm talking to this like cute twink in front of me. Like, how does this work? And what if you come? Like, do you just leave after 15 minutes? And so he's like, well.
What do I do?
I asked like, where do you go? What do you do inside? And like,
it is
they were really nice. They were, yeah, I know. I was like, I've never been here.
It's scary.
And they were like, it's fun. We live down the street. We come all the time. Now, can you imagine? Like,
come all the time.
We come and come all the time. Like
literally.
It was nice. There were 2 hot tubs. One was a giant hot tub.
Did it feel clean too? Like,
yes, that's what I'm saying. Like Club
Canada,
Columbus,
babe.
like I looked at the hot tub at Club Columbus. There's like dead flies floating in it, and it's murky.
It's like cum water.
This was like clear, hot water.
That's how Montreal was. I was not worried.
Where you're like, oh, okay. And then they had like 6 showers with soap dispensers and everything. I mean, they're out in the open, but
that's my favorite part because you can cool off from the shower.
Yeah, I showered off after the hot tub. I was like, goodbye.
Cool off.
They have tons of rooms. And then they had obviously a dark room.
Do they have any glory holes?
Yes.
Yep.
In the bathroom. And they also had a little gym area, which I'm like,
So
why are there
the
two people?
excuse.
Why are there two people
Actually
working out at 2 a.m.?
Well, they might really want to get a swell and then a
And they
swell.
did, and then they were swole.
I mean, I think that's an
So,
excuse to have them. That's how Club Columbus gets away with
so
it.
it's a gym member.
Oh, there's
it's
a gym.
Gentleman's club or gym.
It's a gym. It's a gym. That
It makes sense
because
then they can have showers and
saunas, and nobody's going to say shit.
and everyone's naked.
Yep.
Like, I actually got asked, why am I walking around naked? And I'm like, why are you just walking around with a towel on when everyone knows you're naked underneath and they're also naked? Like, who cares? If we're going to go in the dark room and do something, then
why would I have a towel
don't need to have
on?
it. So I just like had the towel over my shoulder and
That's what I did in Montreal, actually.
they're like, good. I'm like, why not? And I walked around with a little excitement on accident or on purpose. Who knows?
But that's what you're there for, right? I mean, you're not there to just walk around and chit chat. I mean, I guess you can chit chat.
You can chit chat, and I kind of did on accident, but like people didn't really like that. I feel like.
Did you?
You can't really like say hi to people or like get to know them.
And some people are like weird about that.
Oh, I know.
though.
Some people are there and are like scared.
It's like their thing to
and
not
I'm like,
be known.
yeah. And
So,
I'm
like,
like, I'm not from here. Like, I should have just worn a shirt that said I'm from Ohio.
Yeah.
Because like people,
But you wouldn't be wearing it because you're walking around nude.
I'll get it tattooed.
You should have right before.
Ohio.
I'm from Ohio. It's like, oh God, how much more?
Not this one again. I did keep saying that, and people like Joey was like, "Stop saying
You
that."
always say that though when we're on
But
trips. You're like,
guess-
I'm from Ohio.
But guess what happens when you
People
do?
are like, oh, I have an aunt from Ohio.
People love it, and then you get to know them, and they're like, "I'm from Halifax," and you're like, "I don't know where that is."
Yeah, like what is Halifax?
No, well, the people in line at the bathhouse were like, "Where are you from?" And I lied and said, "I'm from Edmonton," because I knew that was like a Canadian city. And they're like, "Oh, Edmonton!" And then I was like, "I know nothing about this place." I was like, I lied. I'm sorry.
That's funny though. If you, that's like me.
They looked at me and they were like, "You just made up a city?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know where it is, but I know it's in Canada."
They have a hockey team. Connor McDavid's there.
Everyone in Toronto said they love our hockey team.
I know,
They're like, "You've got the best goalie." The hotel guy like checking us in was like, "Oh, you're from Columbus?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Next year for us, next year."
Now that it's true.
The Leafs.
The Leafs have struggled over the years. They're really so.
Last time I saw the Leafs and Blue Jackets, Blue Jackets play, the Leafs won though. This
Yeah.
was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, and that happens. I mean,
Yeah.
they're not bad, but they choke in the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
And all of Toronto is just waiting. They're like
Yeah, they're
all-star
such a big
team.
city.
They're like
I mean,
LA
it's
Lakers.
huge. Yeah, it's like huge.
It's almost bigger than New York when it comes to like. I mean, these players are like hounded.
I was gonna say they're more obsessed
full-blown-
with hockey there than New York is obsessed with baseball,
Right.
basketball, or football. Like,
But this is why like a lot of
it's all one
players
sport.
who come here,
Yeah.
they come here when they're ready to like raise a family to be,
Okay.
or just be out of that like spotlight. Because when you're in that spotlight, one thing you do wrong and you are ripped by the media. Everybody hates you.
okay, can see that.
Like, so one player actually was eating a hot dog one time and people were like, why don't you put down the fucking hot dogs and da-da-da-da, and then he won 3 Stanley Cups. So, I mean,
my
But yeah, so
God.
he just ate another hot dog after he won. He goes, oh, I'm going to have a hot dog. That's like a big thing. But like, that's Toronto though. Toronto's so like,
Okay, side note,
Are they like-
Toronto has the best hot dog stands. I'm not even kidding. After we
so
went,
that's probably why he got hot dogs.
literally they're everywhere, and they
Really?
have veggie dogs, and then they just have like the chopped onion, the
Weird.
relish, the mustard, the ketchup, they have anything you want out, all these toppings. In hot peppers, you can just put it on your hot dog.
Hot peppers.
And it's like $5. It's like affordable.
Who would have known?
So we did get, after Beyonce, we got hot dogs.
Now, where did the hot dog originate? Do we know? Like, is it a Canadian thing? Like, I don't know.
I think it's like Frankfurt, like Germany, like a Frankfurter.
yeah, okay,
Probably
you're
like
probably
a
right.
sausage up.
So they probably-
I mean, every culture has sausages or some type of meat in a tube thing. So it's a
Oof.
little like,
Yeah, I guess. Oof.
it's disgusting.
Like, how do you decide one
like,
day?
let's take those intestines.
Let's case it with, and let's
the intestines.
let's chop up all this shit from the other parts of the animal, stuff it in there, and let's go ahead and put on a grill.
When I used to read
So good, though.
Little House on the Prairie as a
I
kid,
can't.
I remember them like harvesting a pig, and they like in detail she like describes like, and then we played with the bladder. Like we blew up the
I
bladder like
remember
like a
this.
balloon and tossed it around. I'm like, the bladder. They made head cheese.
I
Like,
remember
they
them
take the meat.
curing the meat, like salting the meat or something. I remember that part too. I was like, what the
It's
fuck?
horrifying, and all the kids had a blast though. Like they got to play with the bladder. They loved harvesting a pig.
Let's get honest. Would you rather live in this society or go play with a fucking bladder? I'm not really sure at this point.
Well,
Well,
no, but you just shot your load.
Shot my load. Oh,
Just like the bathhouse, which I put on a show in the dark room. So as you would expect,
putting on a show. Yeah, I mean, you definitely.
Expect.
Well, yeah,
I put on a show. I mean, everyone was watching. I didn't realize until it was too late.
Fuck.
I was not doing that.
From Ohio.
Oh my God. Oh, fuck Ohio.
Oh, God, I'm from fucking Ohio. Oh,
you like my Ohio pussy?
Oh, put that corn on the cob in my hole.
Oh, my God, corn-fed.
Corn-fed.
That's You know another thing about living back then, though, that I always hate? Like the Christmas presents were like an orange. Yeah. Like their Christmas present would be an apple.
Like, Daddy, thank you so much for this apple out of Aunt Mary's tree. It's like...
So that's not a Christmas present.
They're like
they didn't have chocolate. They couldn't afford it.
We got rakes for the yard.
Literally,
it's like shit,
literally. Like you're getting a new bonnet.
Yeah, you got
a new shirt
or like a needle, needle and thread, so you can start making clothes with your mother.
It's like just one shirt, and it has to last me a year. Like imagine how it smelled.
No,
like
I'm gonna have to say,
living back in the day to me is like people are like, I want to go back to the good old days. I'm like, they didn't have air conditioning. Are you sure?
They didn't have
antibiotics.
Products to like.
They didn't have toilet paper.
How do they not? How did they? Why did we wait so long to get hygiene?
Once a week, and Dad always got to go first. The sweatiest, most gross person went first,
and then
they reused the water because they can't just keep reheating water. That's too much fuel. So they had to reuse the water, and everyone took a bath in the same water. And Dad gets to go first with his poopy hairy hole. They didn't trim anything. Everything, dingleberries everywhere back then. No toilet paper.
I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna really throw up.
They always had diarrhea because everything had food poisoning, and like there was no hygiene, so it was like
constant diarrhea, which would be probably better.
And they all just sleep in one room, so the smells were all mixed. I mean, like living back in the day would have been
it's not cute,
awful.
I would have been so horrified, but then you don't smell it. That's what's weird.
I think everyone got used to it.
Nose blind.
Yeah,
because I heard a story about a military member that I know saying that they smelled so fucking bad, but they didn't know it. And then when they went to shower after not showering for 30 fucking days in the middle of the desert, they went and showered, and the guys who had already showered came out and they were like, "What the fuck?" Because they were like cleansed with the soap, and they,
I cannot.
I know. I was like, "Ooh, that's hot," and he's like, "No, it's fucking not." I'm like, because they're all standing there naked, ready to get in the shower. I'm like, "That's hot," and he's like, "Really?" Because it's not. Like, it smells. People are gross.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Beyonce was amazing.
Yeah, so Beyonce was good. She did her little like.
It was the best show I've ever seen.
Wow, that's.
Hi, gay.
That's pretty bold.
It's house music. She had the best dancers. They were all doing like ballroom, all this stuff. It's a bowl. And
I think I would have not.
The displays, she's like riding around. It was like old fashioned. Like she came out of a clamshell at one point. And then she rode around on that horse. She walked around for Break My Soul the whole stage. She was right in front of me.
You're gonna break my soul.
I have pictures to prove it. It was great.
That's great. You should blow up those pictures and put them on your wall to remember it always and forever. Alyssa Edwards. So at the concert, though, you were saying to me earlier about something about sitting down.
First of all of the attendants, like the security people, were Southeast Asian. Like I assume Indian, Pakistani, Bangladesh. Like I can't tell for sure what country, but they're all just standing there. Like no one broke a smile. No one was like bopping along. No one did anything.
Really?
But there was this one younger girl. I swear she was like 20, coming up to us to tell us, people in the first, second, and third row, that we had to sit because we can't block the people behind us. And I was like, I looked at her, I said, "You think people are going to sit at a Beyonce concert?" And she was like, "These are the rules." I was like, "Okay, well, good luck." Everyone, and the girls in front of me these two black girls in front of me were like, "Good luck." And then they kept standing.
Sorry about your life.
I loved it. And honestly, it's true. And then
that's a weird request.
Like, we're not sitting at a concert.
Beyonce said to sit down.
Like, and it's so crazy to me. I was like, wait, what?
Okay.
Like, it did not register that we thought she was joking at first. So we looked at her. We're like, that is so funny. And her face didn't change. So we were like,
I am not joking.
She was like, I'm not joking. And we're like, yeah, but
are you sure?
You have to be joking. Like,
you have to be joking.
It has to be a prank. We're at Beyonce. And then the girls in front of me were like, "We paid $900 a seat for these tickets. You think we're gonna sit?"
Yeah. So that everybody else.
I died. I was like, "You're right. Like, we're not sitting." And we didn't sit the entire.
Also, the stage is like raised up. Like it's higher. So like,
like that ring was like up to here.
Yeah,
so if you sit, it was like here. Like I'm gonna do this.
Right. That's stupid.
So that was just fun.
Wow. I'm glad that. I thought somebody was telling you to sit down like a fan, and I'm like, what? That'd be even worse to me. But like,
that would be worse.
But I don't know how they expect everyone in the first 3 rows to be. So nobody listened, right? Like literally,
not a single person. I went like when I went to the bathroom, I looked the entire section around her stage because we were right by the stage.
Yeah,
everyone was standing. So fuck it. Like
it's a concert.
You have to.
You have to.
So
now my spiel for the intro is not good.
I was gonna ask because you started the show by saying you're really going through it. And
I am. I don't know.
And I was like, about one thing or about everything?
Everything.
And you said everything.
Like I feel it in my body that I just want to like. This is gonna sound terrible. I just want to strangle something. Like I don't. Not like in a murderous way, but like. This is how I feel constantly. Like, and I'm trying to drop the sword, if you will, because I go into every situation with the sword.
Oh, what's
ready
the sword?
to fight?
Oh, okay.
And I clench up. I actually physically grab. My hands are always like this. I actually notice at night I have to do this to like relax them because I'm always like this.
Oh, like even sitting around in your own home.
In my own home. Well, it depends.
That's bad.
But yeah,
I do notice you do that.
I just am constantly like. Probably why I have tendinitis.
Oh my God, that's probably true.
I've been going through like some situations we've discussed privately.
We've had private discussions.
And we've also
certain people.
There's just certain things that are happening, certain scenarios, certain situations, life. I'm done. I was ready to run. Like, I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying unalive. I'm saying.
I know what's happening. You are in your need to escape phase that we go through.
I'm in my need to escape era.
You're in the trapped era.
Well, and then I think.
Which I know that. As my husband will tell you, I have been through the trapped era.
And I almost wonder
times.
if mine also might be a touch of like true midlife crisis.
Well,
like,
yeah, it's
because I'm there. Because I think like other people.
Aren't you turning 39?
Yeah, but still, it's like then a year.
And what?
Then a year, and then I'm 40.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like
40.
Yeah,
40. That means like 30 more good years of my life. That's it.
Oh, maximum. Yeah. I mean,
and for me,
most
it's
people's 60s are like.
By the time I get to 65 to retire, I'm not going to have to. I'm going to die. So the thing that really bothers me is that
it is so soon. Actually, when you put it, that makes me anxious now. Like I just thought, like when I'm turning 40, I have 25 years left to retire. So I have to still work for those 25 good years. Then you retire at 65 and you're like 15
good years to 80. I feel like 80 is the point
hopefully, yeah.
Hopeful. Well, if Donald Trump can live, I can. Honey.
That's true. You're right.
I mean, he has millions, but I think we're living longer now.
We are. Yeah. Well, not America. Actually, overall, it's declining compared to Europe.
So we need to go to Europe.
Yeah, we need to move.
I want to live long. I've got to stop eating the way I am. But anyway, no, fuck it. So yeah, so I'm just like going through it. So if you sense a little grumpiness, if you, I feel like I'm also like in my recluse era even more.
You keep going to these events that you're like semi-interested
but I'm also
in.
Thinking,
who are these people?
Well, I had another meltdown. Like, I need people who like make music or like do
like creative people, not just alcoholics.
Yes. Which I'm good with the alcohol. And that's
me too.
I'm kind of drinking a lot too. Binge drinking,
shocker,
honey. Not during the week.
Oh, okay. I was like, what does that mean? Okay, well, you remember me during COVID?
But that's what I'm like right now.
Like 4 IPAs a night, and that was every night, and I thought that was normal until. Literally, my doctor was like, well, you might not be sleeping well because you're having like 3 to 4 beers every night from 5 p.m. until bedtime. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
It was such a weird time.
I guess that was bad.
But that's how you coped.
Oh, yeah. It was great. I fucking loved it.
We drink, yeah.
It was amazing.
It was kind of fun for like a moment.
Yeah, but then after like 3 months of it, it was like, I'm not sleeping well. I am depressed.
Like, I wish we could have like an actual like holiday, 2 weeks off a year.
Yes,
everybody just kind of like hibernates.
Oktoberfest in Germany. Oh, hibernate. Oh, yeah, no.
Not even hibernate, but just like take off. Like nobody works.
Drink. Yep.
Or you can work a few hours at home and like, or you could, I don't know. Just
or you had
time.
You had guaranteed 6 weeks off every year, like Europeans.
Like Europeans, yeah.
Every year. They're like, I'm going to take a month in August. We're going to go to the beach and just live there. And then we take 2 weeks in the spring and go to a cabin. Like, literally, that's their life. It's just normal. Like all of Norway, they're like, they have a cabin in the woods by a lake that they all go to every summer.
That's what I'm saying, though. This is where the anger and the midlife crisis is coming.
Oh, I don't have any of that.
Like, I'm literally going to stop putting in my 401k, I think.
Yeah, sorry. It doesn't even matter. Like, it doesn't. Just take the income now because then you can go for a week somewhere and travel.
Right. Like I'm not. Yeah. This is dumb. This is dumb because I'm saving for what?
For 65.
For
like,
65.
Do you think I want to travel when I'm 65?
Hi, I can get on all the programs at 65.
Think
so I'm
how
good.
uncomfortable I am after walking. Like I was tired after Toronto. For one day of walking, I was like, wow, we've walked so much. I'm tired. When I'm 65, I am not going to want to tour Europe. I'm not going to want to go to
you're
a
gonna be
second
tired.
world country and be like, Mexico's fun.
Yeah,
like,
you're the old person that's like, yeah. And it's like,
nope.
No, and not old. 65 isn't old, but like it just, it's not fair because you want to go when you're
You got to do it
youthful.
now. Yeah, you got to do it now.
So I don't know how to solve that though. So there we go. Yeah. So
Wow, I like that.
Britany Spears. We talked about it briefly in the beginning. She got
can't.
slapped by the guy. Like, girl, she needs to.
She's wild and
she's got a memoir coming out. And I think you were right. Like, I think maybe this is all part of it.
It's just to drum up attention for
but
the
what's
memoir.
this move where she's like,
The dancing is horrifying.
and her teeth.
Her not. Oh yeah, they're blue and brown.
But like,
and
look at
they're
this.
blue
Look how
brown.
split they are in the middle.
It's not just that though. It's why are we wearing these bottoms that are so low? We're about to see the crack. The front.
Why
crack,
are we going to see
the
her
front
cunt,
crack?
Coochie? Like, look at her teeth though.
Is it meth mouth?
Okay, so this to me
Because
does look
I-
like drugs.
Yeah, that's
Like
drugs.
those eyes. That's like a straight up drug addict.
That's no. I had a cousin with meth mouth.
Right.
That looks like meth mouth.
It's like everything's falling apart. And how sad that you're like one of the most successful, rich people in the world, and you can't get your shit together.
Like, your life
your
is
kids
set.
don't even want to see you.
Like,
That's when you know it's
literally.
bad. Like, are you?
if she can't do it, why are you trying?
Well, that's the thing. If you, I don't know. There's a lot of fucking shit going on. But anyway, we did get a voicemail. It's not your friend, bitch. That's why I was like,
I'm done. Yeah, I don't. I've tried like.
What was the-
I gave the number. Like I don't know what to say.
what's going on? Why aren't we calling? Why aren't we calling people?
Why aren't we fucking calling people?
I don't get it. I really don't get it because we're not calling. Oh my God, we got a new. Well, we got something weird. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the first one.
Little nice Christian.
Hi, cute boys. It's Thatcher. I was calling you because I have a random question. What are your thoughts on Nicki Minaj, for one? And for two, are you going to forget me when you're big and famous? I hope not. I like you guys a lot.
Oh,
Thatcher, you're not gonna have to worry about us getting famous.
Thatcher, don't worry, we won't forget you. You're the only one who calls, so how could we forget you?
Literally, like you're
Like,
you
you're
participate the most. You're the number one.
You're our number one fan, to be honest.
Yeah, and as far as Nicki Minaj, I used to like her more.
I did too. I liked her, like
I liked her in the
Pink Roman. I don't even know her album names. Like, let's put it
I don't
that way. Like when she had the pink hair, like boom,
I know
ba-doo,
fuck
boom, boom,
I know
ba-doom.
fuck Drake all my life, man.
fuck's sake.
If I did him,
Menage with him, let him eat my ass like, a cupcake. Hut one, hut two. Big titties, big butt two.
I ain't
Fuck with them real. Something like that. Yeah. We like her.
no chicken unless it's cutlets. And that's she does say that.
So like she has good albums versus lines.
That was
but, like,
her
overall.
era for me.
I do not. Yeah, that was her era.
She kinda,
now
like,
I don't know
dropped
what's
off,
happening,
and I'm
now I
like-
feel like she's constantly feuding with other like young female rappers.
Yeah, it's like-
maybe they're feuding with her. I'm
Let's
not going to
nurture.
reserve judgment. I do have a comment because I did look at her Instagram recently. I don't follow, but it came up on someone else's, so I looked. The face without makeup.
was that the one?
That's the one. That's the button. That's all I have to say. Okay, so we're like kind
But
of.
they're
fans.
making a statement. Yeah. So, and we're not gonna forget about you. Now we do have another
Obviously.
little
Okay.
6-second one. I don't
Let's
even know
hear
about
what this
this,
could
but I
be.
don't know.
Hello, nice Christian. I'm 20. I just want to jerk off. Bye.
It's a 405 number. What's 405? Alexa, what is 405 area code?
5 is an area code that covers central Oklahoma, including Oklahoma City.
Okay.
and
Alexa, stop.
surrounding areas.
Well, I'm glad you want to jerk off, Christian. Have
Christian,
fun. You're 20.
you're 20,
Enjoy
babe.
that erection while you can.
Yeah.
It's never going to be as hard as
It's never
now.
gonna come back.
And you won't be able to come as many times as you can right now at your 20s. 20 is a different era, like a lifetime ago for us.
20. I can't even imagine.
A lifetime.
My cock was so hot at 20.
Yeah.
My
Oh.
body was hot. Everything was right where
balls
they
were
needed to be.
wrinkly.
Yeah, everything was there. It wasn't weathered. Like shit's
I didn't have
weathered.
stretch marks and lines. Like
You were cute.
20 is, oh my God.
20 dick is different than 39 dick. I can promise you that, or 38, which is what I
Which
am.
is about to go away.
which I need to get on Cialis still. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to go with your story or mine first? It doesn't matter.
We can do this first. Okay. I love it because I saw it.
Did you see it?
Yes, I saw the video.
So there's like a lot going on with it though, and it really freaks me out. I'm sure some of our listeners have heard about this. It's the fucking girl on the American Airlines flight.
It's the colonial woman on the wing girl.
But it's like there's a lot.
That motherfucker.
Hold on, rewind. Okay.
Say whatever you want. I'm telling you, I'm getting the fuck off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the fuck off, and everyone.
This guy's my favorite.
Either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two fucks, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
They all look.
Everybody looks.
Sit on this plane and you can fucking die with them or not. I'm not going to.
Bye. Now, okay. So this really sparked my attention, because of Bridesmaids. Like
I know, it's exact. That motherfucker is.
There's a colonial woman on the plane. You guys, everybody gotta get off. We gotta get off. It's like, oh my God.
Like I love that it happened in real life.
But I feel like she was truly petrified. Like I feel like she was truly now.
Oh my God, did she see something or hear something?
So there's all these different things. It was in Dallas. Ironically, Carrot Top was on the flight. The comedian Carrot Top for you Gen Zs. He's this weird, creepy guy that used to make props, and somehow he got famous.
What the fuck? He was really
terrible.
creepy. Yeah,
he was terrible. He had did you see?
I love it. I did too.
Do you see his cosmetic surgery now? He looks like Michael Jackson with red hair.
It's
and it's not cute. It's not cute. So he's all of a sudden like thinking it was him. She was removed from the plane. The thing that's bothering me the most.
Okay. I need to, because she looks like she's blacked out to me. Like I've seen friends like this.
Nobody can find her. They didn't arrest her apparently. Nobody can find her.
What?
And yeah, so for me, that's the bigger story is where is this bitch? And
what did she actually see?
So that's the other part. The other part, people are saying that the guy that she was talking about, they showed a picture of him because there's like all these different angles of the video because people put out their phones and there's a guy in a green hoodie and they say he's reptilian.
Oh, I'm creeped out right now.
Yeah, that he winked like this way, and she was like, "I'm getting off this fucking plane." And now I get it, like I don't know what her drug use is. I don't know any of that, but like
it looks like a bunch of wine and Ambien.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say it. Like she looks like she is full. Like she could go down in the kitchen and eat a full meal and not realize.
She's a girl that's on Klonopin.
Yeah, she's like, I'm anxious all the time.
She's like, what's up?
Yeah,
it's like, girl.
Mommy likes her wine. She's one of those women. Mommy likes her wine. Mommy needs her wine.
She's in like a neighborhood that's kind of nice, but it's not. These little baby houses that are like brand new.
But they're in a suburb of a city you've never heard of. Right. So it's like, they're new and they look nice. But
have you tried this new wine?
Oh my God, it's barefoot.
But I feel
it's barefoot wine.
I feel not bad for her, but like I'm trying to find her.
I'm kind of freaked out.
And there's a lot more.
And did the Reptilians collect her from the airport?
Well, and that's what I'm wondering is then, or was it
an alien?
Was
and she was like, "This is an alien." And
people are like, "I'm telling you, I got in this big dark hole." Not an asshole or a pussy.
At the bathhouse, you did.
Ooh. Jumped right in that hole. So I really just wanted to bring this up because I feel like we need to make awareness that you can go missing if you go screaming on a plane. And
if you go screaming on a plane.
And I learned about reptilians, which is also something a big thing.
Is that like a
apparently QAnon is big into it, which I had no idea.
Of course.
That's the back page. It has a lot of information about reptilians.
Okay, I need to look into that.
I mean, I don't know. It's like basically
reptilian humanoids, also known as reptoids, archons, reptiloids, saurians, draconians, or lizard people. They're believed to play a significant role in fantasy, science fiction, ufology. The theory was popularized by a conspiracy theorist who posits that shape-shifting reptilian aliens control Earth by assuming human form. Oh, okay. I think I've seen a movie with this where like,
Okay.
Now, how can you tell if someone's reptilian?
Is this the guy that was called not real? Pay attention to his eye on the left. Flight passengers claim this is the person who caused the woman in distress and lead her to leave the flight. Have a look. Is he winking sideways? What's happening to his eye?
So this is like...
Oh, sick.
I know. He looks creepy as fuck.
That looks like a sideways wing.
So everybody...
Imagine, was the lady on the plane just another distraction?
Oh, I haven't seen this video.
These other two videos that are being shared are from two completely different incidents. The question is, are they being purposely put out to discredit the lady's claims? or a man.
Ladies clean.
I'm telling you, again, you can do your own research on this, but I had to bring it up because I'm like,
if you go QAnon on me, I'm done.
I'm not going QAnon, but like, I don't understand.
I need to get this.
You're gonna paper cut my eye, which would be great.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Forgot about your eyeball. So anyway, it was
just an eyelash.
It's scary.
It was.
And if there really are, no.
Now, if there really are reptilians,
yeah, like, but
are you
there
one?
are
I don't
people
know.
who think this though too. Like, and that's where I get kind of like concerned. Like, I don't really believe
but
it.
it seems creepy.
But it'd be kind of
like,
cool.
It's fun.
Not really cool. It's fun to like be like scared. But like, if you really
the question
believe
is,
this,
if it's real, why are there still any humans at all? Like, what's the point?
What are they
like,
waiting
if they're
for?
able
Just
to
like
take
God,
over,
what are you waiting
Yeah,
for?
if they're able to take over the planet and like control things and just control us all or kill us all. Like, who
what are we
cares?
waiting for?
Like, what are they harvesting our children for something?
Maybe they need our bodies as hosts.
Maybe, but like, why not use mine? Like, I promise I'm not a reptile.
Well,
I am always cold.
I'm
okay.
always hot, so I'm definitely not a fucking reptile.
No, you're not.
Bitch, I am not. So anyway, keep a lookout for that. We'll update you next week on the progress because I looked today.
Because we got to find this hoe.
It's been like it's been like 7 days, and there's been no name, no nothing, and I keep looking every fucking day. I'm not going to forget about this because I feel like people are going to forget about it. We can't forget about it. Now,
I'm not actually a fan,
but you are. Okay, now here's my story of the week. I loved this headline so much that I saved it immediately for this because I just want to read it. Woman missing is found stuck in the mud at a state park.
like you imagine reading that on your front paper?
Like, what if that was your family member and you're just like, she's been missing. It's like, woman missing is found stuck in the mud.
Stuck in the mud.
Like, how do you get stuck in the mud?
I have a theory.
Okay, I need to know because this is Emma Tatuski, 31, was found stuck in the mud at Borderland State Park in Easton, Massachusetts. She was reported missing by her family a week prior to her discovery. A week prior.
A week. So she didn't eat for a week. She sat in the mud, bitch.
I cannot.
So
okay. So a group of hikers heard her screams for help from a swamp-like area and alerted the police. The rescue was challenging due to the muddy conditions, with officers sinking knee-deep into the mud. Officers believe Tatuski may have been trapped for at least 3 days. She was carried out of the woods using a stretcher-like basket. Tatuski was transported to Good Samaritan Hospital in Brockton with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. The cause of how Tatuski ended up stuck in the mud has not been publicly speculated by the officials. Reptiles.
Yep, she's a fucking reptile. No. Okay, so
like, how do you get stuck in the mud? First of all, hiker people in general, fuck you all. Like, they're like, let's go out. I'm like, it might rain today. They're like, we don't know. It might not. Yeah, it might not. I mean, people going hiking, I already know you're crazy. If you're like, we got to go for a hike. It's only going to be a short one, 6 hours, 3 hours there, 3 hours back. It's a short hike.
It's like 14 miles one way.
Yeah,
you're like,
I'm looking at them like 14 miles. I'm doing the math. I'm like, even if we go at 20 minutes a mile, like blah, blah, blah. Like, no, I'm not
gonna be
doing
all day.
that.
Then they come back to like, where's my granola? It's like
you skipped lunch. Like, where was lunch?
They always take off their
where
shoes
was your
and socks
afternoon?
and let their feet air out.
It's like I have a day off. I would like an afternoon drink. I would rather not be hiking and exercising.
I 100% agree with this.
So, but yeah, so she's out hiking alone, I guess, in muddy conditions, and then she gets stuck.
So I don't know. Here's my theory. Okay. When I went to the Hump Festival, they played, there was the last video.
Okay.
And it was these girls who their fetish was to play in quicksand. And apparently you can like get out of it pretty easily. Like you have to just, I wish I could find actually I might be able to find the clip.
Naked?
I don't know naked or what.
Okay.
But it's like it gave me anxiety because I was like, oh no, like they're
going to get stuck.
Yeah.
But they like to get stuck and then have to come out.
Yeah. So,
but it turns them on.
They're like, we love the feel of it. We love the.
I can't.
Oh my God. Oh God. Here we go. Like, this is fucking crazy.
Okay. All right, you ready? And action.
She's going in real mud. We're like,
No.
so basically, it's become like a fetish. Now humans are really bored.
We are so bored. People's fetishes, like, oh, don't kink shame and all that. I'm like, no, we can. Like,
this is why she's in the mud. I have a feeling she went in the mud.
It was to play around.
It was to play around.
And maybe she wanted to be stuck 3 days. Maybe that's part of her
She was
turn.
found in the fetal position.
Oh, I can't wait to be
how are you stuck?
So how are you stuck?
Right.
There it is.
So I don't really know if she would like go put pressure on and then she would start sinking. I don't know. I mean, obviously the police were sinking, but ladies and gentlemen and theys and thems, like we've got to stop this.
There's just so many that I'm like, wait, that's a thing? Now
I like to put a flashlight to my eye and jerk off. It's like, why? Why?
No, there is one who likes cum and spit in their eye. And I've seen a video where she like holds her eye open for it.
Okay. That is like gonorrhea.
Repeatedly. And it's like her eyes are so red and she apparently likes the pain. So she gets peed on in her eye. Yeah, I know. And that, yeah. Okay.
Moving forward.
So
I have another thing to say really quick. So I had been not really researching, but I was watching some TikToks.
Okay.
And one of the Gen Z ones that's really popular, he acts like he's in a Gen Z that's grown up in like 50 and he has kids. So he's like, oh, honey.
He's Gen Z though?
Yeah.
But he looks 50.
No, he's acting like he's 50, but he's really.
Oh, okay,
so he's like, sweetheart, you are cunt. You are serving cunt. Don't let those get.
Yes.
Gen Z
Gen Z's
is
out
using cunt as which the gay. So I want you to read that because it's like a.
So where did it really come from? It was like most gay slang. It's just stolen from black culture.
Yep.
So serving cunt was a compliment for drag queens who were very womanly, like coming out and just like the
honey,
glam, like full woman.
like Fish.
You're like, yes, like you're serving cunt.
You're serving cunt
because you're serving real woman.
Right. You look like
a real woman.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was mainstreamed by RuPaul.
Oh, okay.
With the song "Cunt." Well,
CUNT.
See you next Tuesday. Now,
so Gen Z is like
they've turned it into now. They've taken it and now they're running with it, and they're like, but they spell like CNT. Cunt. I'm like, okay, guys, like, what else are we gonna steal? Like, you already stole fashion.
It's just like Gen Z is.
I need you to vote.
They're
Democrat,
struggling.
But,
they're really.
I don't know. I'm actually kind of.
I'm getting. I go through like spurts where I'm like, yay, they're gonna save the world, and then I just go through like full depression on them. Like,
they're gonna save the world, but we're gonna have to live in this weird like.
Is it worth it? It might not be worth it. Like you start to wonder, like,
or
we're gonna have to wear 90s clothes for the rest of our lives.
But are we gonna become boomers then? Like, are we gonna be the ones like, ugh, these Gen Zs are. I remember when we were growing up and blah, blah, blah.
Literally. Like we used to do this, but we did though. So it's like.
But also, I feel like our generation's like the best. Is that every generation? Probably
we are though.
But I do feel like we have a lot.
First of all,
look what we've gone through.
We have literally, like, first of all, 9/11. You think Donald Trump getting elected was crazy? We went through the first situation with Bush v. Gore. Like the Supreme Court picked a president. They literally were like, stop the recount. Stop it. Just stop it. Bush is president. It's like, okay. That's what we started with. Then we had 9/11. Then we had Iraq. Then we had Afghanistan and Iraq. Massive wars. Just that lasted over a decade. Like
COVID.
I'm sorry. And then we had COVID. Like we've
been through
the millennials. Like, hello, we went through Y2K. Didn't even bring that up.
Yeah,
we thought
Y2K,
the world was ending.
Gorbachev take down the wall. I mean,
we were pre all this bullshit, pre-electronics, pre-internet.
But we were on the verge of like. So the weird part that I was actually talking to my coworker about this today, and the weird part about millennials is that most of us were released into the world thinking that we had to do a certain thing, and everything got fucking derailed by
so we were like, nope.
9/11. And then after 9/11, it became just whatever. And then you have Trump elected. We didn't even talk about Trump getting elected. We didn't talk about, I mean, like, there are so many things that we dealt with that were like groundbreaking, world crushing, blah, blah, blah.
To us, it's like, oh, that happened. Okay.
It's no wonder we're so fucking jaded. And we're like,
yeah, we don't care.
I feel the way I feel. I'm like, I'm done.
I know. And I'm like, oh, I have hope for Gen Z. Not really. Not anymore.
And I want to live, like, I want to live a life, but like, I don't know if this is for me, like, as far as like, working and all, like, I gotta go.
This is
like, I'm ready to go to like.
I think you have a creative soul. You need to live in a compound or like near the ocean somewhere and just like chilling.
I mean, I need to be like a homeless person.
You might need to move to Hawaii or something like that.
Right, like something very bold and vague, not vague, bold.
Well, vague at this point, yeah.
I'll be a vagabond. Vagabond. Okay, I'm trying to make fetch work and it's not.
All right. So
anyway,
speaking of drag queens, I came up with your drag name. This is your drag name,
great.
by the way.
Okay.
Queen Buca de Beppo. because we were
she's
talking
a fat
about
Italian.
Yes, we were literally talking about how much you love Italian, how much you can eat, and so buca di beppo.
I want to say I'm gonna walk you back there. If anybody can eat in this group right here, just because you're on Wegovy, are you on Wegovy?
No.
So give me your shots, you dumb bitch. What are you doing? You want to drink and eat.
Yep.
So maybe you're Buca de Beppo, bitch. You're fucking Miss Golden Corral.
I'm Miss Honey. Miss Honey.
Miss Honey, work.
Miss Honey.
Miss Honey Juice, Mama God.
Miss Honey. I love that. Okay, fine. I'll be Queen Buca de Beppo.
No, but
You can be Little Miss Bo Peep.
No, I'm still
dainty.
a chubby.
Yeah, you have to be.
No, I'm more like a lesbian, like a I don't know how to
You could just be
describe it.
called Goldilocks.
LOX.
Yes, Goldilocks. All right.
Well,
Sundries. Is that really where we're at?
I know we're moving quick. That's why I was like kind of trying to still roll with the drag queen situation.
Oh, I have a joke for you. That'll take up some time. Like a minute. Okay. What's the difference between an enzyme and a hormone?
I don't know.
You can't hear an enzyme. You liked it?
I did like it.
You're
It was
welcome.
good.
It's cute.
Where'd you learn that? Toronto?
Toronto.
Did Beyonce teach you that?
No, actually, one of our sometimes listeners I saw posted it.
Interesting. Now, we are going to Jinx Monsoon tonight.
We got to talk about this. Okay, so I never watched the All Stars season where she was on it, or the UK drag, I assume. Like, was she? I don't know what.
She's not UK. She won. She's
Okay,
the
what
only
is she
two-time
from?
winner.
From
Season
what?
5.
Oh, like American. I thought she was British.
No.
Oh, okay.
We need to do some research before we sit in the second row, and she's like, "How long have you loved me?" It's like, "Oh no, I don't
One
even know your
day,
fucking
I'm going to be
name."
like 30 minutes.
Well,
if I
okay.
like it. Speaking of, so I know nothing about Jinx other than I know she was in Chicago. I watched her sing that
She's very
on like
talented.
the Tony or like some awards show. She sang.
That was probably the Tonys.
Yeah, maybe she sang it then. I saw her sing it somewhere, and I was like, she's pretty good. And then I like followed her Instagram. And was like, I like her. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
so I was like, we got to come,
and we're gonna come all over her. But she puts on a performance apparently, and there's mixed reviews.
Now I thought it was stand up.
It's like a mix of like stand up, and like whimsical, music-y. I feel like I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love her.
Now, yeah,
it's weird. Like, just can we do stand up?
You know how I feel about people who think they're music artists, but they're not. Like RuPaul.
She is though.
No shade, but RuPaul. Like when Ru performs a song, it's like
peanut butter.
I'm like, you're
girl.
kind of just repeating something, or it's like a phrase like CUNT or like pussy that walk. It's just like, yeah, you're just kind of saying that.
You're just repeating yourself.
You're not really a singer, and you're not really a performer anymore. So why are we
when
doing
she does
it?
perform? Have you ever watched her perform lately? And I get it, you're in your 60s, girl, but yeah, it's like
it's this,
dun, 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 dun.
and then it's like
And then
hot
she's like-
muscled men around her,
right, and
so
she's
it's
like, my
okay.
pussy, and I'm like,
yeah, it's like
that pussy isn't seen like.
That pussy has a donut cushion to sit on because that is so tired. Those hemorrhoids are hanging low.
The way that you're
Like-
fucking moving around,
Yeah.
I can't imagine that pussy, honey.
That
Like,
poor pussy.
ooh,
Is like,
that peanut
bend
butter.
over and arch your back. I can't. I can't. Literally, I'll break. That's RuPaul to me. So like yeah. So I'm like excited to like hear some of these songs.
I think Jinx actually.
I think Jinx can
she's
perform.
different.
I think she can
She's
perform.
very different.
She wouldn't have been on Broadway unless she had some talent.
She wouldn't have sold out. Like she brought that whole production
So
back
I feel like
money-wise.
she can.
So
I feel like she can. Yeah, I have hope.
I have hope too. I think it'll
Just
be
like
fun.
with Gen
It'll be
Z,
nice.
and
Like
then it
Tuesday
crashes.
night.
It is a Tuesday. See you next Tuesday.
Fuck. Oh, you know what happens on Tuesdays with me?
Oh God, and that might happen. That's fine.
Can you imagine if I blacked out on weed at the show and be like,
honestly, yes. It sounds perfect.
It sounds scary. Yeah, it sounds a little scary.
Why? Because she can be scary?
I don't know. I don't know what she's going to do. Hopefully she doesn't talk to us.
Oh, she wouldn't.
I know.
She's going to be tired.
She apparently
It's a
works the
Tuesday.
crowd.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Miss Honey.
That's what I'm going to say. I'm like, that will just hit.
Miss Honey. Yeah, that's all you have to say.
They're like, where are you from?
Meanwhile, I'm like, we're from Not Well.
Do you know
and
what's
we
actually
want a picture.
You know what's really embarrassing, though?
What? You had a drink?
Is I had like a moment where I was like, what if she did ask it and we were like, yeah,
Yep.
we're not. And people booed.
That would be great.
Honestly, it would be.
That means she would listen.
And
probably.
honestly,
she'd take a listen.
boos are just like cheers, babe. Either way, it's noise coming out of your fucking mouth. Now,
wow, I like that. Sounds like something Oprah would say.
It sounds like I need a shirt that says that. Booing or cheering, you're still saying something, bitch. Now,
what?
Don't make that fucking face.
Don't make that fucking face.
Sundries. This is also part of my fucking problem. You're not on Sundries. You're on the Reptilian still.
I literally. Okay. Yeah.
Now.
I forgot I had a sundry, so I'm glad you put that there.
Yeah. I didn't know when.
Yes.
Yeah. So we still have a lot to talk about. Do you want to go first?
I can go first. Okay. Now, I mean this in the most.
I don't give a fuck.
Non-offensive way possible, but I'm sure it's going to offend anyways.
We're getting booed.
We're getting booed for this, but who finds... I just want to know, like, especially locally, because I'm trying to figure out who burlesque is for other than the performer. Like, I'm watching some of these people's videos and posts, and I'm just... I'm seeing a lot of the same thing. I'm seeing a lot of non-traditionally attractive people performing. We'll call it that. And I just don't know who it's for. And sometimes they pan to the crowd and it's empty. And so I'm like, is the burlesque for like the same 5 people that come to your shows every time? Is it for, is it just so, is it your kink and you get off doing it? Or like, why? Now, I've seen Miss Manifest Destiny. Now there is a performer. Like when I saw her, and I've messaged her on Instagram because I'm like, this is a burlesque I need.
But anybody can pull off some gloves off their hands, honey. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, first of all, okay.
Okay, I love that.
Like, it was for people in the back in the day when nudity was definitely not allowed.
That's,
and it was
yeah.
like, it wasn't.
So I think it's like they were wearing sexy underwear, and it's
but
like,
that to me.
But now I can go to Montreal and see full dick coming at my face and touch it too if I go to the back room and pay way too much.
Right.
Or suck it, as my husband. Well, we're not going to get into that. Carmelo. Hashtag Carmelo.
I gave him everything. I was half a virgin when I met him.
I also had to go to the ATM.
Wow.
But yeah, so burlesque to me, it's like, if it's not full nudity, like, what am I watching a slow dance where you're, like you said, pulling off gloves?
I feel like,
and if you're not doing like acrobatics, like Miss Manifest Destiny, like was doing
real performers
splits, doing back like flip. I mean, like the shit she was doing, I was like, holy fuck, and she's a dancer. Now I'm seeing burlesque. The burlesque I'm talking about, is more just like mild gyrating, walking around the stage,
pale,
and
cellulite.
Yes,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh
Short
God,
hair that's like sweat sticking out the back of it.
Yes.
Like,
oh my God, actually.
I'm going to make a comment and it's going to be really, really, really bad. And I'm probably going to have to cut this. But I feel like it's a lot of the crowd that does this.
Okay, then that would make sense.
But
because
it's like nobody, listen, Amber, nobody wants to come watch you take off your gloves and like do a really shitty walk around a fucking chair. I mean, seriously, I get it. Like, I'm fully on board with that. Like, first of all, it's over. Like, you can just, like you said, dicks everywhere. You can wear your jock straps. You can wear your fucking pussy.
I'm like,
slings.
I can go to AWOL and like get my ass eaten. So,
why am I going to watch you pull off gloves?
Yeah,
so
like,
I think,
oh wow,
I'm like, first of all,
and it's just like that crop top does not work with that belly.
Is more like they're like
yes, actually, yeah.
I don't know how to do it. And sorry, like I don't give a fuck. Like I do give a fuck, but like the thing is about burlesque.
But
like,
that's what I'm saying is like, who's going to it though? Because I've never been. Because I see it online, like in a video, and I'm like, what?
So
like, why would I?
Nina West, her old production, she would have the lady that looked like not Glenda. Who's the one? What's the movie that everybody loves? All the gays love at October or at?
Oh, I know what you mean.
Those witches. Sarah Jessica
Hocus
Parker.
Pocus.
Yeah. So the Hocus Pocus main character, there's a girl that does burlesque, and and she
that
comes out sure, and she's entertaining.
That's in a costume.
But even then, though, I'm like, wait. So we went from like
a full dance number,
of Taylor Swift, like
a production,
yeah. The one year, I'll never forget Nina West. I will never forget this. She popped out of a coffin, but it was, sorry, not here right now. Why? Because she's dead.
Okay, that's amazing. I'm telling you, Nina, back in the day, did the best shows. Like her Halloween shows, her Christmas shows. The Christmas shows, it's like snow's coming down. There's fucking reindeer. I
went to a Nina West show that had an interactive app.
Yep. I'm
that
sure.
you literally chose what you wanted them to do next, and it was like Nina's Big Adventure or something like that.
Oh,
It's
yes,
crazy.
yes.
So every show was
Pick
different.
your own adventure. Yeah. No.
So
back
like that's
then,
innovative.
I still have Snapchat videos. That's how old
same.
I am of all those all the shows. I would be like sitting there like, oh my God.
It was so entertaining. It was
And
so
now
proud.
it's
It made me so
like, we're
proud
like,
of.
now
we're-
and that's what's going on at the drag show.
I did have a rumor that Nina West is an all-star next year. Apparently,
Thank God.
Good. Don't fuck it up this time.
We can. Okay, but like
also another real quick comment before I get to
Yeah.
my sundry because we got to get going here.
yeah.
But I'm really tired of the people locally, and this could go anywhere where you're local. Quit getting on your fucking knees for these people.
Yeah.
Like, I love it when I get on Facebook and it's like, Chai DWs. This place is the greatest.
You don't have to. It's
Why
not.
every place that they open do you have to go make a review for everyone on Facebook? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
agree. What's your
Speaking of
sundry?
half-ass situations, I broke up with my therapist, but it's only because.
Oh, no.
So my HSA has been running a little bit tight.
Oh, yeah.
Because I did my sleep study and all that.
Mine's
all
like
my sleep
empty.
shit. Yeah, mine's basically down to
Yeah.
nothing. Well, when you're charging $280 to see a fucking therapist once a month,
It's $280 a month.
yeah, that's low. I was paying $400 at first. Yeah, it's fucking crazy to get mental health care. Anyway, my insurance doesn't cover it.
fuck.
But I really liked her, so I was like, it's worth it to me. So
Yeah,
I spent
just
so
do
much
it.
money. Like, I mean, I'm thinking about I started a year ago. Anyway,
12 times 200. That's we're saying $2,400.
No, I'm spent $400
More.
at the beginning. So like I'm talking like I'm probably spent $4,000 in therapy
for these results.
for this half-ass result back to where I started.
You're at the yeah.
Now,
Okay.
what I want to say though is I was really pissed off because I went to go write my therapist. This is how I found out. I went to go write my therapist and I was like, hey, I think that this is not working for me as far as like the payment situation. Like, I'm not going to pay this just to talk to you once a
That
month. It's
shouldn't
not
work
helping
for
me.
anyone.
Because I asked them, I said, can I do 2 a month?
Yeah, you need to do at least twice a month.
Nope, can't do it. I'm like, this is the dumbest thing.
What?
You're trying to help people, but you're robbing people. First of all, better help.
Fuck that.
Right. So I was pissed. So then it wouldn't let me send the message unless I paid $290 for that month. So I said, nope, I'm canceling. Then it was like, do you want us to notify your therapist that you're having financial issues? I'm like, this is fucking nuts. Why can't I just
already
write?
did.
No.
Yeah, you're like, I already did.
It didn't go through. It won't let it go through. Nope. I can't write her and tell her, hey, like this is, nope, can't do it.
BetterHelp controls it.
Yeah, because I didn't, because my HSA was so low, they tried to run the payment and it didn't go through. So they haven't tried it again. So when I went to go type in a message the other day, I was like, sorry, we tried to run your credit card and it didn't work.
You're like, yeah.
Yeah, because
you're
you've
robbing
robbed
me blind.
And so then I was like, okay, so now I can't even send her a fucking message to tell her.
$280 for 1 hour session.
Yep, that's it.
We need to become therapists. Like, what job out there can you get paid $280?
And I wonder how much
for
she's
an
actually getting, because I
hour?
guarantee you she's not getting
Yeah,
that.
BetterHelp is a scam.
She's probably getting $50. I mean,
That
it's
is so fucked
stupid.
up.
I know. Isn't that fucking crazy? I'm like, so anyway, fucking BetterHelp. You can kiss my ass. I'm not going to be a sponsor. You're not a sponsor for this podcast. I know there's a lot of podcasts that have you out there.
Yeah.
You're robbing people. You're robbing people. Yeah. I was paying $400 for a session a week. So that was actually more valuable.
Right.
It's
then $280 for one.
It's insane.
Oh, I'm
actually, I almost want to say it was actually more. It was like $95 a week or something. I can't. So anyway, so I don't have a therapist currently, and I really want to like reach out to my therapist.
We both need one. I need to find one too.
Well, I want to reach out.
I need a local
her.
in-person one. Is what I need.
I think I do too. But
I'm done with the internet shit. Like,
it works for me, but I think even more accountability is me sitting right in front of you.
Yes,
and be like,
you can't because they can tell your body language. They can tell your face.
Because on the online,
it's not just here up. So they're like, "Are
so
you?"
I
tense?
can do this the whole time. I can do
You're
this.
like, you're tapping your leg a lot. Why are you doing that when you're talking to me?
I'll be in trouble. But yeah, therapy.
Okay. I love it.
Call us 614-721-5333.
614-721-5336.
If you ever want to fucking call us, if you want to call us and tell us you want to jerk off, thank you, Christian.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you, Thatcher. We always love you.
Oh, Thatcher.
And I think you have a PSA for everyone in closing.
Okay. My PSA, and I learned this from a close friend, is don't do poppers because you could have a stroke. You
in your 30s.
Yes.
I guess that's
it. That's how we roll.
That's how we roll. Thank you. Have a good week.
Have a good fucking week.